You know what I'm saying? I like them young hyenas, man.
Before Lil Reese would collaborate with other artists including Cheif, Keef, Fredo, Santana, Lil Durk, Freddie Gibbs, Rick Ross, and beef with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Cheif Keef, Lil Reese, all of them. Fuck my nigga, this fucking Treyway, nigga.
Before Lil Reese would clock in 1.4 million followers on Instagram and would make global news headlines when it was found out that he got shot in the neck.
Just confirming a popular Chicago rapper was shot this afternoon in the south suburbs.
Tavares Taylor, better known as Lil Reese, is in critical condition this hour at Advocate Christ Medical Center with a gunshot wound in the neck.
Before Lil Reese would request $1 million from DJ Vlad for an interview post the viral news report surrounding his near-fatal injury. Now I ain't got $1 million for Lil Reese, but I figured I could still get a video made on the man. Now we wish him a speedy recovery. He won't be giving any interviews anytime soon because he won't have a voice for the next 2 months. But the world of hip-hop and us here at Before They're Famous, well, we're happy he's alive and well. Now the Chirac Grim Reaper, he's kept a relatively low profile in recent years until the news of his shooting became a viral news story heard all over the world. Now he's one of the pioneers of the drill scene that exploded back in the early 2010s, and he still remains active now working as an independent artist, and he appears to still be making some bank.
When I was off the label, I made that same amount of money in 1 year.
For real. And you own all your shit.
And I own everything. Don't no label, don't nobody own nothing. I own all my shit.
So let's find out a little bit more about your boy. Now I'm going to be straight up with you guys. There isn't a ton of info out there about Lil Reese, but I'll give it the best I got. And I'm just going to say what I can without putting myself at risk of getting shot. I actually pray about that each and every night. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden back at it again with another Before They Were Famous video. This one requested by you guys. Now, as always, be sure to let me know who's next in the comments down below. How about a video on DJ Vlad? Or I've seen a lot of requests for Lil Jojo. Now, some recent drops on this channel include Fredo Bang, Guapdad 4000, and Rod Wave. Now, we've also made videos on a few of his pals, including Fredo Santana and, of course, Cheif Keef. Check those out after this one. Now, let's roll that intro. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom! Lil Reese was born Tavares Taylor on January 6, 1993 in Chirac, better known as Chicago, Illinois. Now, like his boy Cheif Keef, well, he was exposed to gang violence, drugs, and other illegal activities early on. Now, he started rapping at the age of 10, and he grew up in the projects and was inspired to rap by other dudes he was hanging around. Now, it all sounds gravy, but being from the rough and tough city of Chicago, well, Lil Reese, he learned early on that life wasn't guaranteed, and he lost a lot of friends.
I lost so many people, bro. I don't even think I could cry. Could really cry. I don't even think I could cry, really. I lost so many motherfuckers, all the tears out of me.
Now, with him and his boys making big moves as early as 2010, he dropped out of high school in order to pursue music full-time. But in the meantime, well, he needed to keep some money in his pocket. Thus came his first charge for burglary in 2010, where he was given 2 years of probation. Now, by the looks of things, the boys were already local legends, drawing large crowds when they were just hanging out on the block.
You know what I'm saying? I like them young hyenas, man.
Lil Reese rose to fame in 2012 from his feature on Cheif Keef's widely popular song, I Don't Like. Now, this peaked on Billboard at the number 73 spot and number 15 on the rap song chart. Now, the song also went viral on YouTube with 28 million views, which is a remarkable feat. I mean, that same year, Gangnam Style, it was the first YouTube video to clock in 1 billion views. So if Lil Reese and Cheif Keef, they wanted to dance around and act a fool, well, they could have had the biggest video in the world. Like, just saying. So Lil Reese, he was at ground zero for the rise in popularity of drill scene music and one of the first artists to be making money off of the internet. Now, soon enough, he was signed to Def Jam and he was given all sorts of cash. In November of 2012, he appeared on rapper Rick Ross's mixtape, The Black Bar Mitzvah, with his remix of Us, including Drake. Also, Jules Santana featured him on Bodies. Now, with all this success, Lil Reese, he had an old video of him begin circulating online that got him in trouble with the cops once again. Now, the video was just over 1 minute long, which showcased a man entering a residence and arguing with a young woman, and an altercation had followed. Now, Lil Reese acknowledged the video via his Twitter account before suggesting the incident occurred years ago. But the buzz, it was enough for the cops to pay him another visit, and he was arrested. Now, he'd get picked up again that same year when he was found sleeping in his car. Now, he was arrested for motor vehicle theft, but the charges were dropped after he proved that the car belonged to him. Yeah, sounds like an old case of DWB to me.
Oh, I see you down there, motherfucker. Yeah, I see you too, motherfucker.
He would get arrested again in Chicago for marijuana possession, which was a violation of his probation. In September of 2013, Reese dropped his second solo mixtape, and it featured collabs from Lil Durk, Chief Keef, Waka Flocka Flame, Wale, and the late Fredo Santana. Now eventually he would part ways with Def Jam over what he said was a pretty serious altercation.
I had another altercation over that at Def Jam that never hit the media. Crazy altercation, like some shit had happened at the studio. Guns being pulled out, motherfucker bust a big glass studio, cost me like 60, 50,000.
For real?
Yeah, me and the label got into it over the shit because they was like, "Whoa, you got to pay for this shit."
From there, the dude would go independent, and although some people might suggest that he had fallen off, well, in his interview with DJ Academics from 2019, well, he revealed that his money and his music, it's doing A-okay.
I'm independent. Only thing I gotta do is keep making music, keep selling, keep working. I ain't on no label. Ain't nobody got no hand in my money or nothing like that.
Yeah. Would you ever sign
That's all
again?
that matter. Hell no, I don't want to sign. Hell no.
No longer signed to Def Jam but affiliated with 300 Entertainment, Lil Reese would continue to release music on his YouTube channel, which boasts hundreds of thousands of views. In 2018, he dropped his sixth mixtape with Get Back Gang and Get Back Gang 2 in 2019. He's also had a few drops on World Star, and in recent months he had Ain't With You Faux Show and No Face No Case, and they've pulled in 250,000 and 500,000 views at the time of this recording. Now outside of music, it appears that Lil Reese, well, he has a daughter named Aubrey. He also lost his grandma earlier this year, RIP. He also got caught up in the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine troll beef of last year. Now the beef, it seems to stem over his boy Tato. He had an altercation with Cuban Doll. Now Tekashi, he was standing up for her, but then Tato, Chief Keef, and the Glory Boys, they released the subliminal diss record I Kill People, and the trolling between the two camps, well, it played out via social media. Now things got real with Chief Keef. He paid a visit to New York City and he was shot at. Then Tekashi, he pulled up in Chicago to troll the boys, hanging out with ex-girlfriends. He was in their hood. And while Lil Reese, he opened up about this with Academics.
The nigga shot it. We was on the phone a week before they even got on the internet and said F me and all this shit. Me, Shotty, 6ix9ine, we all on the phone FaceTiming. So bang, when he did that, he like, when he got on the interview and said F me and shit, I'm like, damn, hold on. Once y'all just calling me and FaceTiming me?
All right, let's get into the recent events that took place on November 11, 2019. Now, Lil Reese, he was critically wounded in a shooting at a busy intersection that took place in the area of Markham and Country Club Hills. Sounds lovely, but we're talking about Chirac. Probably not. Now, the police, they responded around 2:30 p.m. The victim, he had been identified as Lil Reese, but he had already made his way to the hospital.
Skycam over the large crime scene late this afternoon. Traffic snarled around 167th and Pulaski. The victim's bullet-riddled Jeep Grand Cherokee still in the road, surrounded by police who tell WGN they arrived to find fresh blood in and around the SUV, but no victim.
No witnesses told police that the wounded man, he was pursued by a driver of another car during a chase. Witnesses reported hearing as many as 12 gunshots during the chase. The driver of that vehicle, he got out of his car and he shot the man with what witnesses called a small rifle. He then fled the scene.
Someone had already taken him to South Suburban Hospital in nearby Hazel Crest, bleeding badly from a gunshot wound to the neck. He was treated and transferred. People nearby report hearing a long volley of gunshots, as many as 12, and say the shots sounded like they were getting closer.
A description of the suspect's car has been released, described as a white, gray, or silver sedan, possibly a Chevrolet Malibu, and it had Wisconsin license plates. Unfortunately, no arrests have been made at the time of this recording. Now, as the news hit the internet, well, Twitter was flooded with prayers for him to make a full recovery. But when you're talking about a neck wound, well, that ain't the easiest thing to come back from. Now, luckily, the first word we got was from Lil Durk. He sent out a message via Twitter to clear up some of the confusion. And in his note, it was quite vague, but he tweeted, "Reese good," with a purple heart emoji. Now, he's since posted videos and photos of the stitches and the staples he required to heal from the attack, and he notified his fans that he wouldn't be able to speak for at least the next 2 months. It really goes to show you that this rap stuff, it isn't just fun and games. And, well, stuff can get very, very real very, very quickly. We're just happy to report that this man is alive and well, and we wish him the best on his recovery. As for the rest of the story, well, I think we're gonna wrap this one up here because this is Before They Were Famous. Now, Lil Reese, he's a very private guy, so putting this whole thing together was very tricky. There's just not that much information that he's made public. So I hope we've told you guys a good story. You can see that we put in the effort, and we don't want to invade his privacy. We also wish him all the best for real. I don't think the rap game needs to see another rapper die, at such a young age. I think he's only 26. All right, guys, let us know who to do next in the comments down below. My name is Michael McCrudden. Yeah, all right. And then I don't think I'll be making any trips to Chicago, just in case. It just sounds like a really dangerous place. All right, bye. Boom!